where you live because I put down your down payment.
You sure did. Thank you so much for
and
that.
now that
Thank
you got
so
this
much for the
accident, give me my money back. That was not a
gift.
gift.
God. Yes, it was. But it's
no,
okay.
you didn't. Stealing and helping.
But what you steal?
I don't steal anything.
You don't?
What I stole?
You stole men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Tony's.
It's official. Towanda Braxton just caught the Fed's attention, and things are getting messy fast. Sources close to the FBI's Atlanta field office are saying her bankruptcy case isn't just about poor money management anymore. Nope, it's being treated as potential bankruptcy fraud. Can you believe that? New documents have reportedly surfaced showing unreported income and suspicious property transfers, and that's when everything started unraveling.
Remember Tony said she was going to do the bridal shower?
Mm-hmm.
She's not doing the bridal shower. Somebody else is making sure everything is right for the bridal shower. I mean, I just thought that everybody would be, you know what I'm saying, happy and excited and wanting to be a part of it and want to be involved, but I'm not getting any of that, and that makes me sad.
Yeah.
The internet went wild the second that leak hit social media. Timelines flooded, people tagging Tamar Braxton left and right, asking if she was the one who tipped the feds off. The timing? Way too perfect to ignore. One fan summed it up perfectly in a viral post. Y'all stop thinking Tamar Braxton is crazy.
I'm not supposed to say anything. The only thing that brings us together is the cameras.
Her sister Towanda listed her as a creditor. That was a gift lie. That one post, boom, it exploded overnight. By sunrise, everyone was deep diving into the receipts, and the FBI was already reviewing Towanda's 2019 Chapter 7 filing. In that filing, Towanda listed Tamar as someone who owed her $35,000, claiming it was a loan. But here's the catch. Towanda has always said it was a gift. So now investigators are zeroing in on that exact line in the paperwork, because one mistake like that can flip a case from financial trouble to a federal crime. Under Section 18 of the U.S. Code, a false declaration in bankruptcy is serious business. So now, what started as a quiet financial cleanup might just turn into a full-blown federal mess. And people are saying, if Tamar did have anything to do with alerting the feds, this family drama just hit a whole new level. Now, this is where things go absolutely crazy. The warrant the feds pulled, it wasn't just about Towanda's bank account. Oh no, it went way deeper than that.
I can't wait to see it.
I won't be able to be there. That's why I was calling you.
That made me very sad.
I know.
It's about to be cut off because I took my credit card off because I found out that Towanda has been using my credit card to pay her phone bill.
My phone bill?
Insiders are whispering that Towanda's property in Georgia, the one she supposedly transferred into her husband's name, might have been a sneaky move to hide assets from the bankruptcy trustee. That's major trouble if true. And get this, it's the same house Tamar allegedly paid the down payment on. Yep, that's the one. Tamar even brought it up on camera during an old Braxton Family Values taping where she looked Towanda dead in the eye and said, "I know where you live because I paid the down payment." That line used to sound like playful sister shade, but now fans are saying that wasn't just drama, that was evidence. After that episode aired, things escalated fast. According to sources close to the investigation, the FBI subpoenaed credit line records tied to that very address, and what they found next shocked everybody. That's how the whole phone bill fraud angle surfaced. Turns out, Tamar's name was linked to multiple recurring phone service charges that spanned years. One fan online summed up the outrage perfectly, saying, "Towanda so nasty, paying 6 phone lines for 12 months for 4 years, plus a $35,000 home loan. Girl, I'd never speak to you again." At first, everyone thought the internet was just being dramatic, but then the paperwork started backing it up. The FBI's case literally references long-term phone service accounts listed under Tamar's name. And if that's not suspicious, what is? This is turning into one of the juiciest family scandals reality TV has ever seen. Now it's all starting to make sense. What once looked like just another messy Braxton family argument might have actually been a full-blown paper trail of fraud. And here's the spine-chilling part. This isn't even Towanda's first run-in with the law. If you dig deep enough, you'll find she was arrested back in 2005 in Atlanta for forgery and theft by receiving. That old case, it quietly disappeared. But clearly, the FBI didn't forget a thing. Now the internet's torn apart asking the same burning question. Did Tamar really report her own sister? because someone had to hand over those 2019 bank statements, and everyone knows the feds don't move without solid receipts. When Tamar's name started trending right next to the phrase FBI witness, people lost their minds. Was this some kind of sisterly revenge, or just Tamar protecting herself before things spiraled out of control? But before anyone jumps to conclusions, there's more to this story. Sources claim Towanda might have actually dragged Tamar and even Tony into her financial chaos without their consent. Imagine being pulled into a federal mess you didn't even sign up for. Right after news of Tawanda's arrest hit the blogs, one name started echoing all over social media: Tamar Braxton. And it wasn't just random gossip either. Fans started piecing together the timeline, noticing how everything lined up a little too perfectly. It's got everyone asking, was Tamar really cleaning up her own name, or did she just pull the trigger on her sister's downfall? Just days before the federal audit reportedly hit Tawanda's file, Tamar dropped a series of cryptic tweets that had everyone talking, and now that those posts are deleted, fans are convinced she was subliminally calling her sister out. The tweets sounded like a woman who'd finally had enough of being lied on and used, and when you look back, the timing couldn't have been more suspicious. See, this all traces back to that messy 2019 drama when TMZ confirmed Towanda owed Tamar $35,000. Tamar said it was a personal loan, while Towanda tried to brush it off as a gift. That single disagreement, just one line on a bankruptcy form, has now become the heart of the FBI's fraud case. Because if you list a family loan as a gift or misreport your debts, that's not a mistake. That's a false declaration under bankruptcy law, and that's federal time if proven. But here's where it gets even juicier. Insiders say Tamar didn't just talk, she came with receipts. According to someone close to the Braxton camp, Tamar's attorneys allegedly confirmed she had bank transfer records showing the exact payments made to Tawanda's escrow account for a home down payment. So when Tamar went off on camera and said, "I know where you live because I paid the down payment," that wasn't just spicy reality TV talk. That might have been literal evidence all along. And the plot thickens. Right after that bankruptcy filing, Towanda allegedly transferred her Georgia home into her husband's name. Now fans are convinced it wasn't just a coincidence, but a move to keep the feds off her trail. Because let's be real, when you start shifting property ownerships in the middle of a bankruptcy case, the FBI doesn't just watch, they pounce. This whole thing's got people screaming online. Tamar wasn't messy. She was right all along. That's exactly how the feds catch people, under the concealment of property clause. Once you start hiding assets, it's only a matter of time before the heat finds you. But the part that really shook fans wasn't even the paperwork. It was an old resurfaced clip from Braxton Family Values that suddenly hit way different after all this came out. In the clip, Tamar confronts Towanda about a cease and desist letter she says she never got. And Tamar wasn't holding back. She looked her sister straight in the face and said, "I know where you live because I paid the down payment. You've been stealing from me for years." That moment was pure fire. But Towanda clapped right back with a line that made jaws drop. "Girl, you stole Tony's man. Don't even start with me." That one comeback flipped the whole internet upside down. After that episode aired, fans started digging through old rumors, connecting dots between Tamar and Tony's ex-husband, Carrie Lewis, and even whispers involving Michael Malden, Jermaine Dupri's father. Suddenly, this wasn't just a money fight. It became a full-blown betrayal saga, mixing family, love, and loyalty into one explosive mess. And get this, the same reality TV footage that made the Braxtons' household names might now be used as federal evidence. According to an insider, Tamar's team didn't go out of their way to report Towanda, but they allegedly did cooperate completely once questioned. The source said they handed over every single receipt the FBI asked for. And if that's true, that means the feds didn't need to dig. The Braxton family drama basically documented itself. Still, social media isn't totally convinced Tamar's just an innocent bystander in all this. One fan tweeted, "Tamar's not perfect by far, but Towanda telling Tony to call the police and press charges? That's a little extreme." Even Tamar herself has said, "The Braxtons only come together when the cameras roll." Off camera, it's war. And now, with feds, fraud, and family betrayal all tangled together, this war might just be the most shocking one yet. It's wild. Like real life and reality TV just fused into one giant investigation. Every shady look, every heated argument, and every sarcastic "that was a gift" line from Braxton Family Values suddenly looks like evidence. Who would have thought those old reality show clips might end up being clues in a federal fraud case? But the darkest part of all this isn't even the money, it's the betrayal. Fans are convinced Tamar didn't cooperate with the feds out of spite. She did it to protect herself before she got pulled down with the same mess. She knew how fast her name could get dragged if she stayed silent while her sister's financial drama blew up. By the time Towanda's arrest hit every gossip blog and entertainment feed, an old rumor came crawling back that made everything 10 times worse. People started remembering what Tony Braxton's former assistant, Zoe, said on his podcast back in 2020. And it wasn't pretty. He claimed Towanda once stole her own mother, Evelyn's Social Security check. Yeah, you read that right. Her mother's SSI. Zoe even said, "When you can steal SSI checks, I don't know what to say to a person. When you're that thirsty, that evil." That line sent chills through everyone listening. And then the receipts started matching up. Reports confirmed Towanda had indeed been arrested in 2005 for forgery and theft by receiving in Atlanta. Now people are saying this new FBI probe doesn't look like some small misunderstanding. It looks like a pattern. Longtime Braxton family values fans already know the sisters' money problems were always lurking in the background. The debts, the shade, the constant arguments over who owes who. But this time, it's way deeper than a sisterly spat. Because when you mix federal fraud charges, family betrayal, and decades of mistrust, what's left of the Braxton legacy starts cracking right in front of everyone's eyes. And people are saying it out loud now. This isn't just TV drama anymore. This is real-life fallout. Even Tony Braxton, the calm one who's always played peacemaker, couldn't stay out of the storm this time. A viral clip started circulating where Tony was seen canceling on Towanda's event over the phone, and fans immediately noticed something was off. It wasn't just a scheduling issue. It was distance. People online are saying Tony's pulling back for one simple reason: self-preservation. She's got her own reputation, her music empire, and her money to protect, especially now that the FBI's Financial Crimes Unit has eyes on her sister. And honestly, who could blame her? When your family's being investigated for fraud, the last thing you want is your own accounts ending up in a federal discovery file. But here's what really hit fans in the gut: the silence. The once tight-knit Braxton sisters, who used to flood social media with selfies, hashtags, and love posts, suddenly went radio silent. Trina, who never missed a chance to celebrate her sisters, hasn't said a single word. No posts, no comments, no subtle shade, just silence. And that silence, it spoke volumes. Then came the fans, connecting dots like detectives. One viral comment said, "So Tony thinks it's all right to help out the family, even if it means they're stealing from you?" Allegedly charging 6 phone lines for 4 years, and that's the same person who didn't think she should pay them to sing background. That comment blew up because it touched the nerve of what's really breaking this family apart: loyalty versus money. The whole Braxton brand was built on sisterhood, unity, and image, not paychecks and debt drama. But now, with every silence, every unfollow, and every little detail coming to light, fans are wondering, has that loyalty finally reached its limit? Every single time this family tries to pull it together, money finds a way to tear them right back apart. From Tamar's public battles with her mental health, to Tony's never-ending tax liens, to the heartbreaking loss of Tracy, it's like the Braxtons can't catch a break. The cameras show the glitz, but when they stop rolling, the real story always crawls out of the shadows. Since Towanda's arrest, she's gone completely quiet online. No posts, no comments, no explanations. But that silence didn't fool anyone. Court watchers started digging through her filings, and what they found had everyone's jaws on the floor. Towanda listed $277,000 in assets, but more than $547,000 in liabilities, including a $50,000 Tesla she was still driving on camera. One fan said it perfectly: somebody with $150 in their account shouldn't be whipping around in a $50,000 Tesla. Something's not right. And honestly, they might be onto something, because the feds are now combing through everything, from phone bills to property deeds to business transfers. According to insiders, if Towanda is found guilty of falsifying her financial disclosures, she could be facing up to 5 years in federal prison. Meanwhile, Tamar's camp hasn't said a single word publicly, but sometimes silence says everything, and that's exactly what's driving fans wild. Because if the truth really is that Tamar quietly handed over receipts to the FBI, this wouldn't just be a family fallout, it'd be one of the biggest betrayals in reality TV history. And hold up, It doesn't even stop there. There's another twist coming, one that ties Tony's silence, Tawanda's husband, and some shady offshore money transfers together. Insiders are now calling it a multi-year concealment scheme, and it's reportedly way bigger than anyone expected. When word broke that the FBI had frozen Tawanda's business account, everyone thought the drama was over. But apparently, that was just the beginning, because if what these sources are saying is true, the Braxton family storm is far from finished, and the next chapter might expose more than just finances. It might expose loyalty itself. Nah, that wasn't the end. That was just the beginning. According to insiders, investigators allegedly uncovered that a chunk of Tawanda's skincare company revenue was being funneled through a consulting firm under her new husband's name. Yep, the same man who now legally owns their Georgia home. That move, which she probably thought would protect their assets, allegedly backfired hard. Federal prosecutors are now treating that transfer as intent to conceal assets, which could open up an entirely new level of federal charges. And just when you think it couldn't get darker, sources close to Tony Braxton's camp revealed that she quietly withdrew her name from all joint Braxton family ventures months ago, almost like she saw the storm coming and dipped before it hit. Meanwhile, Tamar has been keeping quiet in public. No statements, no interviews, nothing. But what really broke fans' hearts was the resurfaced photos from Tawanda's Bridgerton-themed bridal shower. And guess what? Neither Tony nor Tamar showed up. Back then, everyone brushed it off as typical sister drama, but now, it looks like they were already backing away for a reason. Apparently, that same period was when the IRS issued a back tax warning tied to Tawanda's household account, the very moment that triggered the first wave of federal scrutiny. So when people say the Braxtons saw this coming, they might be right. It's sad, though. This family that once stood as the definition of sisterhood goals is now tangled in betrayal, fraud, and public chaos. The same bond that made them stars might be the very thing tearing them apart. From reality TV fame to FBI investigations, the Braxton name has become a storm no one can look away from. And honestly, this story proves one thing. When the cameras turn off, the real drama begins. If you're living for the twists, the tea, and every scandalous update, make sure you subscribe to Juicy Reel right now because you know this saga isn't over yet.